Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Rissaquan whereabouts, where we bring you right into the heart of the stories you love, the lives you follow, and the updates you didn't see coming. Today, we're shining the spotlight on two of the most beloved figures in the Rissaquan universe. They're best friends, Alyssa and Charles. If you've been rocking with the R&Q fam for a minute, then you already know. When it comes to loyalty, laughs, and real-life love, these two are always close behind our favorite YouTube couple. But lately, their story has taken a whole new turn, one filled with tender milestones, heart-tugging memories, and the beauty of new life. This is their chapter. Alyssa and Charles. If there's one word that wraps around their entire energy as a couple, it's grounded. From the first time they stepped onto our screens, it was easy to see that these two were more than just friends of Rissaquan. They were family. Whether it was tagging along for those unforgettable vlogs, pulling off joint pranks that had us dying of laughter, or showing up for emotional heart-to-hearts during vulnerable moments, Alyssa and Charles always brought something real, something gentle, something beautiful. And now, their lives have shifted forever. Just a few weeks ago, these two stepped into the most sacred, most challenging, and most beautiful role of their lives, becoming parents. On a quiet, love-filled day, the world welcomed a tiny heartbeat that now echoes through their every moment, baby Scotty Rose. The name itself, elegant and soft, holds a power and sentiment far deeper than most realize. And for those who've been following Alyssa's journey, you'll know exactly why this little girl's name carries the legacy of generations before her. The arrival of Scotty Rose has transformed everything. For Alyssa, who was already the embodiment of nurturing strength, motherhood seems less like a role and more like a destiny fulfilled. The moment she laid eyes on her baby girl, something shifted, not just in her world but in her soul. She's spoken openly and tenderly about the emotional roller coaster of new motherhood. There's joy, yes, so much of it, but there's also grief and longing woven into the love, especially as she reflects on her late father. Alyssa recently shared in a heartfelt moment how her dad had always longed to meet his grandchild, to hold them in his arms and pass down the love that raised her. Sadly, life didn't give them that reunion. But in naming her daughter Scotty Rose, Alyssa has found a way to ensure his spirit lives on. It's more than a tribute. It's a bond between generations, a bridge between past and present. She often describes how the smallest things, a smile from Scotty, the way she wraps her tiny hand around a finger, will trigger vivid memories of her father. And yet, even through tears, there's something incredibly resilient about the way Alyssa holds herself. She's not just showing up for her daughter, she's thriving in the art of motherhood, organizing Scotty's onesies, decorating her nursery, singing her to sleep with songs her own father used to hum. Alyssa is pouring every ounce of love she has into raising her daughter, all while managing the day-to-day chaos that comes with being a YouTuber, a partner, a homemaker, and now, a mama. Then there's Charles, the soft-spoken rock. He has always been the steady energy in any room. Never too loud, never too flashy, but always present. And now we're seeing a new side of him. Charles the father. There's a glow about him that wasn't there before. Not just excitement, but a quiet reverence, like he's living in a new reality where every coo from Scotty, every yawn, every sleepy stretch is a miracle he never knew he needed. He's said it a dozen times already. I just want her to be an easy baby. It's half a joke, half a prayer, but fully sincere. Because Charles, like many new dads, is navigating this world with a heart full of wonder and a mind racing with hopes, fears, and dreams. One of the things fans have picked up on is how obsessed Charles is with visualizing the future. Whether he's joking about Scotty being a star athlete, or seriously talking about teaching her how to handle life with grace and independence, he's always manifesting. But when someone asked him about what he really envisions for her future, his answer was the kind that silences a room. She's barely a month old. Let her just be. It was a statement so simple and yet so profound. In a world obsessed with milestones and timelines, Charles reminds us that sometimes the most beautiful gift you can give a child is the freedom to just exist, to grow without pressure, to be loved without expectation. The bond between Alyssa and Charles has only grown stronger. There's a new rhythm in their love, a kind of unspoken teamwork that kicks in during those late-night feedings, those diaper changes, those she's crying again and we don't know why moments. They've laughed through exhaustion, cried through joy, and held each other through fear. And through it all, their love hasn't just survived, it's evolved, it's deepened. Rissa and Quan have been right by their side through it all. Whether it's lending support, showing up for vlogs with bags of baby clothes, or simply checking in to make sure their best friends are okay, R and Q have made it clear. This isn't just friendship, it's family. And that's why today's episode means so much, because when one part of the family blossoms, we all celebrate. So, to all our listeners and viewers tuned in today, we hope you're feeling this journey the way we are. This isn't just a baby announcement, it's a love story continuing to unfold. It's a tribute to those who came before, a promise to those just arriving, and a reminder to all of us that sometimes life's most beautiful chapters begin when we least expect them. Stay locked in, because this is just the beginning. The next chapters dive even deeper, from adjusting to parenthood, facing moments of doubt, and finding unexpected joy in the small things, to how Alyssa and Charles are reshaping their dreams and navigating what it means to be creators in this new season of life. We're just getting started. There's a common myth floating around about life after a baby, that everything is instantly magical, blissful, tied with a perfect little pink or blue bow. And while that newborn glow is real, what doesn't always get shown, especially online, is how heavy the days can feel, even when your heart is full. That's where Alyssa's story stands out so beautifully. She hasn't shied away from showing the full range of emotion, from the laughter-filled cuddles to the sleepless nights staring at a ceiling fan, wondering if you're doing anything right. She's been vulnerable, raw, and real. The biggest shift came when Alyssa opened up about her father. In a tearful yet grounding conversation, she let the world in on a deeply personal chapter of her life. She spoke softly about how much her dad meant to her, not just as a parent, but as a compass. He was the first man she ever loved, her protector, her coach, her go-to person in every season of her life. And in the weeks leading up to Scotty Rose's arrival, his absence grew heavier by the day. She shared a story that stayed with many fans, how her dad used to talk about being a grandfather, how he would dream about the day he could cradle his grandchild, whisper wisdom in their ears, spoil them rotten, and send them home. And for a long time, Alyssa carried guilt. She thought maybe she waited too long, maybe life just didn't align in time. But when Scotty was born, something shifted. That guilt turned into something else, purpose. Naming her daughter Scotty was her way of bringing her dad forward into the future. It's more than just a name, it's a legacy. It's her way of making sure her father's love lives on in the tiniest, softest, newest part of her world. And when she talks to baby Scotty, when she rocks her to sleep and tells her bedtime stories, she often ends them with, "Grandpa would have loved you so much." Those 6 words, simple as they sound, carry a universe of emotion. Charles, watching all this unfold, has stepped into a new kind of protector role. Not just for Scotty, but for Alyssa too. The way he holds space for her grief is nothing short of inspiring. He doesn't try to fix it. He doesn't rush her through it. He lets her feel it. He lets her talk about her dad at 2 a.m. when the tears come without warning. He holds her hand when she lights candles in his memory. He reminds her that she's not alone, that grief and joy can exist at the same time. And that's something they've both learned together in this season. It's possible to laugh while your heart aches. It's okay to celebrate new life while missing the ones who are no longer with us. It's okay to cry while folding baby onesies. That duality, the highs and lows of parenthood and healing, is something Alyssa and Charles have mastered, not because they wanted to, but because life demanded it. There's this one clip that keeps getting replayed across fan accounts, a quiet vlog moment that didn't get flashy editing or background music. Just Alyssa sitting in the nursery at dusk, baby in her arms. She looked down at Scotty and said, "You're the piece of him I never thought I'd get back." It was unscripted, raw, and absolutely gut-wrenching in its honesty. That one sentence reminded everyone watching that sometimes love doesn't just continue through us, it rebirths itself. Charles, for his part, has found therapy and movement. He's been spending more time outside, going on long walks with Scotty in her stroller, headphones in, manifesting the peaceful parenting he's been dreaming about. He even joked once in a vlog, "If I walk her enough, maybe she'll become a peaceful baby just by osmosis." But beneath that joke was a truth. He's trying, he's learning, he's growing. One of the most beautiful things about this journey is how Charles and Alyssa have refused to let social media dictate how they parent. While their YouTube and IG fam have been overwhelmingly supportive, they've also chosen to keep sacred moments just for themselves. Not every milestone gets filmed, not every cry gets captioned. They're curating a balance, one where they can be transparent creators and present parents at the same time. Rissa and Quan have shown up in subtle, powerful ways too, Quan, who's always had this big brother energy toward Charles, has been a huge support system. From checking in on how he's handling the night shifts to reminding him to take breaks for his own mental health, Quan is that kind of friend who knows when to step up without being asked. And Rissa, the nurturer of the crew, has been Alyssa's rock. Whether it's sending voice notes late at night or